Hi, I'm Mike Tove with AIN Services.
And I'm Bill Alexander with WG Alexander and Associates. We are attorneys who focus on estate planning, asset protection, and elder law.
And welcome to Money Secrets with Bill and Mike. You know, Bill, we have been sending folks out onto the street for a while now.
And we've gotten some great input.
And we have, and so what I would like to do is just take an episode here and just respond to our viewers and answer some questions.
Well, this should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so let's go to the street and see what the first question is going to be. Stay tuned.
If you had a chance to sit down with a financial advisor and ask them some questions, what kind of things would you want to know, or what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Which ones are grossing the most right now, currently?
Where to invest my savings?
Where would be the best place to put my money to get the biggest gain on it?
It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications. With spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
The attorneys at WG Alexander and Associates focus on three core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at WGAlaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. WG Alexander and Associates is here for you.
Hey, I'm Dr. Tim Weir. I live in the Triangle just like you, and I'm always looking for things to do. I love to cook, I love to travel, I love to talk to people who love what they do, and you can join me because I have a television show on CW22. Life is all about choices. The choices I make today determine my future tomorrow. I want to see you love life too. It's fabulous. See you then.
Hey, welcome back. And the first question of where to put money for the best return, well, wow, that's a $64,000 question, isn't it?
It is, and we've got to answer it today, Mike.
Okay, well, first of all,
That's what everybody wants to know.
Well, I know, and if I had a perfect answer to that, then, I would be a trillionaire.
Well, of course.
But let's break it down, because when people say, because I get this a lot.
Sure.
And people want to know, where should I put money? And I have to say, well, time out. We have to back up because there are three variables that have to be considered.
Well, no, now let's, first, there is a legal answer to this.
Yes.
It's real simple, and lawyers say it all the time. It depends.
Right, okay. Yes, 100% correct on that. But nonetheless, let's back up because I use that one as well. But there are three things that everybody wants. Everybody wants growth.
Sure.
Yay, we all love growth. Two, we want safety. Everybody wants to grow their money risk-free for life.
Right.
And then they want to be able to put their hands on it anytime they want. We call that liquidity.
Absolutely. So we want growth, safety, and liquidity
Right.
all at the same time, all the time.
And unfortunately, you can't quite do that.
Of course not.
You have to be willing to trade off one to be able to maximize the other
Absolutely.
two.
We didn't say it was going to be easy.
No. But the thing of it is that there's no perfection anywhere in this.
Correct.
So we've got a little graphic that I want to explain. So let's take those three variables, those three things that everybody wants: growth, safety, and liquidity. And if you imagine a scale or a teeter-totter like out on the playground, so the base of it is where we're going to put one variable, the one that we want the most.
Well, I think it's important for folks to understand. People understand the nature of growth. In other words, they want a return that's reasonable. They know what safety is.
Well, sometimes they want it unreasonable.
But yeah, well, that's true. That is absolutely true. But liquidity, sometimes that's a term that some folks don't totally understand, and that's basically where your money is available to you.
Without limitation or restriction.
Right. In other words, you can get to your money, you can use your money any way you want to. That's liquidity.
Right. So let's just, for the sake of this little graphic, let's just pretend for a moment that we're going to say the number one thing that we want is growth. All right. We could. Some people would say, no, I want safety. Some people say, I want liquidity. We're going to just use growth. So we're going to float growth into the little triangle, the base.
Well, that's basically on our graph is that the base is the most important thing you're looking for.
In this example.
In the example, right.
And then we're going to put the other two on opposite ends. So the safety goes on one end, and then unrestricted or unlimited access, which we call liquidity, goes on the other. And then what ends up happening is that you now have a teeter-totter. So the more safety you want to pair with growth, the higher that goes up, and therefore the liquidity or the unlimited access piece goes down, versus the more risk you are willing to assume, the more you can pick up the liquidity.
In other words, safety goes down, but liquidity goes up when you're focusing on growth.
And the key then is, where are these pairings best used? And this is where it gets a little stickier, because different pairings are applicable to different purposes. Okay, so case in point, let's assume somebody comes in and they say, hey, I need to put money somewhere because I need to put a new roof on my house next year, or I'm going to get a new car next year. That makes liquidity a very important aspect.
Sure.
And it probably also means that safety is an important aspect.
Well, of course, it's more important if the person has limited funds. Because if they had unlimited funds, then it wouldn't matter.
Right, yeah.
The bottom line is,
that's like saying, well, if you had a money tree, what difference does it make?
Exactly.
But, so the whole idea is that it's about using these to meet specific objectives of a purpose. And it's okay for somebody to say, I have one purpose over here, so I'm going to have a pairing, and then I have another different purpose over here for a different pairing.
No question about it. And I think it's really important. I mean, in my practice, I deal with a lot of seniors. And for the most part, seniors have a greater concern over safety and liquidity and less concern over growth. And it's really important for those with limited amounts of money, if you will, to have those concerns.
Okay, so let's take a short break, and then we're going to come back and look at the second question. Stay tuned.
The attorneys at W.G. Alexander & Associates focus on three core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at WGAlaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. W.G. Alexander & Associates is here for you.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Just because you're in an accident but didn't ride in one of these doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you a lot of times an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
If you had the chance to sit down with a financial advisor and ask him some questions, what kind of things would you want to know?
Probably if I haven't done a great job of long-term investment now, consider where the market is and the current situation, what would be the best long-term play?
What age is too late to start investing? And what age is young enough to start investing to really see a return?
Hey, welcome back.
Well, Mike, before we get to our next question, I think it's really important that we give examples and how it fits into our graph.
Okay, so it's very simple. If you need short-term money, in other words, safety and liquidity, that's the bank.
Correct.
Okay? If you need a place
Well, I mean, obviously people know that banks offer CDs, money markets. They're not going to have high growth, but they do offer safety.
And there's a purpose for that.
Right.
Okay? If you want to have growth and the ability to put your hands on the money without restriction, that's investment. Typically your market type investments. If you want safety and growth opportunity, that would be principal protected types of accounts, such as with annuities, insurance company products that we've talked about. If and when government-backed securities start having a higher return, we can talk about going back to them for growth.
Right.
And so forth.
And of course, when you say investments, that's a very broad area. I mean, certainly it includes stocks, it includes bonds, mutual funds, exchange-traded funds, commodities.
And it even includes real estate, but that's a different category because it involves a whole different set of criteria.
Right, but in general, the investments would be on the growth side of the chart.
And with a willingness to assume some risk of loss, maybe a lot, maybe a little bit, but there is not guarantees.
Well, do you know of any investments that don't have risk?
Well, no, that's the whole point.
Well, that's the point,
exactly.
right?
So anyway, so the next question was, when are you too old to start investing or saving? And answer is really there's no such thing. It depends on, see, I hate to keep going back to this, but it depends on circumstances.
Absolutely. Well, let's flip it around. When are you too young to start investing?
You ain't.
Well, I think that's important that people need to start investing from day one.
Right.
Because it's really important in terms of accumulating
now, to be
wealth.
completely technical, that would have to be 18 because...
oh, come on.
Because if you're going to be opening an investment as a minor, you're going to need to have a parent sign off on it.
Yeah.
So you get
But it's
help
good
from
to
your
learn habits early.
Well, I agree with that. But you got to get. But if you're a kid, you got to get your parents to help.
Well,
however,
but being too old to start investing is no such thing either. You might, as you age, your chart may change. Your investment parameter, how you use our chart would differ. Well, I mean, it's just like what I said earlier, that most seniors want more safety and liquidity. Of course, that's not all seniors. It really depends on a lot of circumstances, such as how much liquidity do you have? I mean, what kind of nest egg do you have? Do you have long-term care insurance? That's a big risk for a lot of folks. in terms of being able to pay for that kind of financial crisis. You know, how much wealth do you have? I mean, I know a lot of wealthy folks where all their money is tied into their farm or into their business.
Right.
And so while they're wealthy, they have very little liquidity.
And that's why those three variables become important, because it's about a balancing act.
Right.
And so it's necessary to have, I'll give you an example, okay? You have somebody that comes in, they're in their 80s, and they have $20,000 to their name, all right? They probably shouldn't be taking all of that and going out and investing it in open markets. And then you turn around and you take somebody like Warren Buffett, who is in his 80s. Would you suggest to him that, Warren, you're way too old to be investing in the markets? I don't think so.
Well, for him, he's going to keep investing no matter what. And in terms of investments as opposed to banking or insurance necessarily.
It has to do with what your circumstances are. And
no question about it.
That's the key.
And so there's no one size fits all.
No, and there's no fixed answer to any of these. And if we're a little cagey, it's because I can't answer these questions as a financial planner until I know all the variables.
No question about it.
So.
Well, and in fact, that's really a problem out there, is for those folks who are trying to push one investment for everybody.
Right.
They're going to be wrong half the time or more.
Or more. So let's take a short break, and we're going to come back with the next question. Please stay tuned. It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
The attorneys at W.G. Alexander & Associates focus on three core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at WGAlaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. W.G. Alexander & Associates is here for you.
Hey, I'm Dr. Tim Weir. I live in the Triangle just like you, and I'm always looking for things to do. I love to cook, I love to travel, I love to talk to people who love what they do, and you can join me because I have a television show on CW22. Life is all about choices. The choices I make today determine my future tomorrow. I want to see you love life too. It's fabulous. See you then.
Is there anything you want to know if you had the chance to sit down with a financial advisor? Anything you'd want to ask?
Honestly, just smarter ways to use the amount of money that I bring in, because I'm just winging it, man. And so yeah, definitely about taxes, definitely about just where all that money goes.
Yeah, well, I don't really know a whole lot about finances, which is something that I'm not particularly proud about, but maybe just a better way of managing resources day to day. So how can I create a budget in such a way it is where I can actually manage better where my resources are outgoing.
Hey, welcome back. So the next question, what is the best way to budget or to save? It's really the same question.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. But it's an important question that most truthfully, most families get wrong.
Right. Well, so there's a very this will be overly simplistic perhaps.
Go for it.
So there are two things that everybody has to think about: their income and their outgo. All right, and it's really simple. When your income is more than your outgo, you're doing good. And when your outgo is more than your income, you ain't.
No question about it. There's a big problem there.
Right. So then the trick is that when the people are spending more than they're receiving, and by the way, if you're doing just okay right now, it's an assumption that down the road you probably won't because of inflation, because of future unexpected things cropping up. It's important to have a cushion.
No question about it, because in fact today, who can say that your job is guaranteed for the next 30 years?
Well, even in a retirement, who's to say that the fixed income that you are getting from your retirement programs is going to be sufficient in the future?
Well, there's an easy way, just like what you were saying, income versus outgo. But the real key is living below your means. And this is really important for folks to understand because a lot of young people don't get it. They want to live like their parents have lived. They don't realize that when their parents were young, they were struggling and they weren't living high on the hog. And, you know, it's like there are a lot of young folks that expect that immediately. And so they borrow a lot of money. They don't have a cushion. They've really made a huge mistake.
It's that delayed gratification thing is what it really is.
Well, you know, Mike, there was a book, and I'm sure you've read it, called The Millionaire Next Door.
Yes.
It was boring as dirt, but it had, I mean, the bottom line is the majority of millionaires in this country were by people who simply lived below their means for many years. And so you see school teachers that have retired and they end up giving $1 million to charity upon their death. And it's all because they saved money from day one. But the only way to do that is to live below your means.
Well, I had a friend who had an expression for this, and I use it a lot. And he said, I've tried poor. I'd like to try rich. If I don't like it, I can always give it up.
Absolutely.
And so the key is that, but I get it. I mean, I've been on both sides of the equation. And when you are sitting there and you're looking at bills that are more than what you have coming in, it is stressful.
Well, and of course, obviously, it's difficult because there is so much pressure, or at least perceived pressure, to keep up with the Joneses and to buy the biggest house and to drive a nice car and those kinds of things that will bust a budget in the heartbeat. It's very difficult for folks to actually live below their means, where their
I would
income
rephrase
exceeds
that
their
slightly,
outgo.
and I would say live within their means, but that includes a cushion for other things.
Well, that's why I say below.
Right.
Because that, you know, within their means doesn't necessarily mean there's a cushion. And if you're below your means, then you will buy
But then the question is how far below? And again, that comes back to that infamous expression of "it depends."
Well, and of course there are lots of budget busters, and credit cards are one. You know, obviously the interest rates are ridiculously high, and they need
well,
to
as
stay
long
away.
as you don't pay them off every month.
Right, and then there are other folks that get the free interest every month, and
or airline miles.
Or airline miles, or the like. So yes, that I understand.
Yeah, but again, it's about discipline.
Right.
And more than anything else, it's when the discipline is there, then one has the opportunity to adjust. It's about knowing what the information is, knowing how much you have coming in, knowing how much is going out, and then making sure that the necessary bills are covered first.
Right. But there should be savings each and every paycheck.
Yes, absolutely. So anyway, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back and wrap all of this up with our money secret. Stay tuned. Welcome back.
Well, Mike, we have to answer, where do I put my money? What's the money secret?
The money secret is...
I'm ready to do it now.
Yeah, well, the money secret is that you got to figure out the variables and then...
Where you are on that graph.
Where you are on the graph, and then go see a professional. We say this so many times, but truthfully, those of us that have been in the industry professionally, we have access to information and knowledge and things that the common person just does not have. It may not be fair, but it is what it is.
It is, but the main thing is to know your circumstances, see where you fall on the graph, and that sometimes is a personality thing,
right?
In terms of what you're comfortable with, and go from there.
Well, this was fun, and I think we're going to do some more of this one because there were a lot of questions we didn't get to.
Well, we hope to later.
So tune in next week for the next episode of Money Secrets with Bill and Mike. Thanks for watching.
See you then.
You've been watching Bill and Mike with Money Secrets. Bill Alexander is an attorney with W.G. Alexander and Associates in Raleigh. They focus on estate planning, asset protection, and elder law. Find them at wgalaw.com. You can catch Bill on the radio on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. with Asset Protection Today on WPTF 680 AM. And come join him on every second Wednesday of the month for a free seminar. Just call 919-256-7000 for more information. That's 919-256-7000. Mike Tove is a financial planner with AIN Services. They can be reached for all your planning needs at 1-800-363-2296 or online at ain-services.com. You can also join Mike Tove for seminars on how to take control of your retirement. Just call 1-800-363-2296 to find out when he will be in a city near you.
Would you like a copy of the new book, Money Secrets with Bill and Mike? Visit us at moneysecretstv.com. That's moneysecretstv.com.